we'll come to start in a nice seated position. So if you want to grab hold of a cushion as you go, please feel free. Where's my block gone? Seems I can no longer touch the floor. Coming to find that nice, comfortable seated position. So the legs can be long, or they can be bent or crossed, whatever is comfortable for you. And just placing the hands somewhere comfortable for now. Closing the eyes. And we'll take those 3 releasing breaths to begin practice. So inhaling in through the nose, filling the belly, the ribs, and then exhaling, just sighing out. Again, inhale, expanding into the body, and then exhale, letting everything go. One more. Exhale. And then just bringing the hands to heart center, creating prayer, Anjali Mudra at the heart. And drawing your awareness down to the pelvic floor or the bottom of the spine, the tailbone, whatever you prefer. Let it rest there until you feel grounded, supported, and relaxed. Then, when you feel stable and grounded, begin to glide your awareness up the front of the spine, slowly checking in with each and every part of the body, maybe each chakra, and resting for a moment as you go. How does the body feel? How do certain parts of the body, the spine, feel? And how do you feel today? There's no wrong or right answer. The joy of yoga is just to become aware, not to change, just observing. Once you've checked in with the body, imagine that the spine is a stem or a stalk of a flower. Draw your awareness once more up the stalk, all the way to the crown of the head. And imagine there at the top of the stem, a luminous white lotus flower. One by one, the petals begin to open, creating 1,000-petaled lotus flower. A crown chakra, Sahasrara, is where we shall practice today. Imagine as you open that lotus flower that your innermost self is merging more and more with the universe around you. Here it is no longer possible to experience yourself as separate from anything or anyone. So connecting the feminine with the masculine, the Shiva with the Shakti. The crown chakra brings us unity, clarity, consciousness and wisdom. And with this power, we will reach an elevated way of being, a higher purpose, and hopefully that all-important enlightenment. Just take a moment here. Set your intention, your affirmation for practice. Feel that bright, white, luminous light shining from the crown of the head. Take a nice big breath in. And then just slowly blow everything away. Releasing the hands down. Keeping those eyes closed as we lengthen the legs out into straddle. So taking them nice and wide, flexing the feet, and then taking the right hand down the leg as we lift the left arm up and over. reaching for the foot, pressing the heels away, and just gently opening into the side of the body to begin with. Stretching out the lower back, those intercostal muscles between the rib cage, and also the shoulder. So knowing you can come wherever you need to with this stretch. Maybe you come all the way down to the floor. Maybe you have a block to bring the floor closer to you. Seeing if you can soften into the pose to begin with. Finding a natural flow, a natural state of breath. Inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, relaxing. One more moment here as we soften fully into the posture. And very gently, with the inhale, cartwheeling over to the other side. So the left hand finds either the shin, the floor, or a block. As we reach the right arm up and over, shining the heart, the face up to the ceiling, the sky. And reaching that right arm as far away from you as you can. Again, inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, softening and relaxing. Keeping those eyes closed. Seeing if we can breathe our way into the posture. Another 3 breaths here. As we slowly melt into the posture. And when you're ready, taking that gentle cartwheel again, coming into center, walking the hands forward, keeping those feet flexed, as we just gently hinge from the hips. So we're not folding, collapsing, forcing the body down. We're just hinging forward from the hips, keeping those knees, the kneecaps shining up towards the ceiling. You can have that soft bend in the knee if that makes it more possible. Or the hips elevated on a cushion. But again, coming back to this breath, seeing if you can find a natural, sustainable pattern for you. Also seeing if you can make that exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. Take another deep breath here as we soften forward. Slowly pressing yourself back up to sit on the sitting bones. Then coming into mermaid pose. So you're going to bend the left leg in as if we're sitting cross-legged, but then turn the right leg out as if we're kneeling. So you've got the right heel to the right glute. When you're there, take the right hand down on the floor, the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, the sky. And again, we find that opening through the side of the body. But this little compression in the right hip. Just spend a moment here. It may be a bit uncomfortable in the front of the hip if you've never been here before. And taking it into a twist now. So the left arm cartwheels up and over. The right sweeps in front as we look over the left shoulder. This right sit bone can lift off of the floor. And maybe you choose to lift both sit bones off the floor as we press the hips forward. Reach the right arm up, engaging the glutes. And opening all the way through the front of the body. Allow the head to be relaxed wherever you are. One big inhale. One big exhale. Lowering the bottom down. Then we'll simply swap the legs over. So the right leg turns in as if we're cross-legged. The left turns out as if we're kneeling. And then we take that nice big reach over to the left-hand side. So the right arm reaches up and over, shining the face, the chest, up to the ceiling, but closing the eyes, seeing if we can draw everything inwards. Hopefully getting that opening through the side of the body, the lower back. And again, that slight compression in the right hip, the left hip, sorry. When you're ready, we begin to cartwheel the right arm over, swoop the left arm in front as we twist to look over that right shoulder. Allowing the left hip, the glute to lift off, and then maybe you lift both hips off as you squeeze the bum. Press the hips forward, relax and release the head. And just feel the whole of the body opening from the pubic bone up to the chin, the throat. And inhale through the nose. And exhale. And then gently bringing that bum back down to the mat. Then coming on to the hands and knees. So taking your time as you get there. As you move, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees about hip distance, and just take that gentle sway of the hips, so just releasing any tight lower backs. Closing the eyes still. And again, checking in with that body, seeing how it feels. Are there any areas that need some extra attention, some extra care? And then gently walk those hands forward, just a hand or so. Giving us a little bit of space to maybe take some circles through the body. So creating as if we're imagining we have a pencil in the belly button and we're trying to draw circles on the mat beneath us. So they don't have to be very big. It's nice and small. Changing direction. Just getting some sideways movement into the spine, the vertebrae. And then when you're ready, just walking those hands all the way back to the knees so we can sit on the heels. If that's too much, you can stack the hips, but bring the hands to the lower back. Squeeze the bottom, lift the heart, shine the face up. Just a nice baby camel to open the front of the body. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sigh out of the mouth. Bring the head forward. But inhale, reach those arms up towards the ceiling, look to the fingertips. And then exhale, cactus. So we bring the elbows down, sighing out of the mouth. One more time, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, sigh, cactus. Good. Place those hands back on the floor into tabletop. And we'll go for some cat-cows to take the spine in the opposite direction. So inhaling to look forward. Shine the heart, the face up to the ceiling. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone. Draw the belly in. Press through the shoulders, through the fingers, through the knuckles. And inhaling again to ripple. To snake through the spine as we gaze up. And we exhale. Squeezing the bottom, pressing the floor away. Bringing the chin into the throat, the chest. Finding that compression, that banda. One more time. Inhaling, looking forward. Shining the heart, the face. And then exhaling. Squeezing the bum, drawing the belly in. Spreading the shoulders. As if we're trying to make ourselves as wide as possible. Good. Back to tabletop, back bottom, back to the heels. Hands on the floor this time, so the fingertips towards the bottom. Heels of the hands, find the floor, lift the heart, release the head. And then that option to squeeze the bottom and see if you can lift the bum off of the heels. It may be a millimetre, a centimetre, an inch. Seeing if we can engage the glutes and open the front of the hips. Good, one breath here. Lowering the bum down, looking forward as we walk the hands back to tabletop, nice and slowly. And we're just going to lengthen the left leg away, bend the knee, and then we'll go for those 3 half mandalas, so those 3 circles with the knee. Not worrying too much about the rest of the body. Not worrying how big the circles are, just how big that feels good for you. And then changing direction once you've done 3. So mobilizing the soft tissue in the hip joints, warming it up, and taking a big step forward with that left foot into lizard. Option here, or opportunity to have a few circles or rocks forwards and backwards. Again, warming up all the muscle fibers, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles. And increasing the flow of synovial fluid in the joint, so just making sure it's nice and hydrated, nice and smooth. Don't worry if you click or come onto the outside arch of the foot. Good. When you're ready and you feel nice and warm through the hips, begin to walk the hands forward, lower those hips down some more, and then begin to curl the right heel in towards the bottom. So this may be where you stay. You may want to take the weight onto the right hand, reach the left arm up, and then cartwheel it behind to take hold of the foot, or just to reach towards the foot as we draw the heel into the bottom. Wherever you are, one breath, stretching through the front of the thigh, the hip flexor. Good, and then we'll lower that right foot down. Tucking under the toes, send that left leg back, lift both knees, downward facing dog. A moment here to pedal, to iron out the feet, the arches of the feet, the ankles, the Achilles, the calves. Say yes with the head. Say no with the head. Good. And then begin to lower those knees back down to the floor. Come back to sit on the heels. Reach the arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, cactus. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. One more time. So building on it. Reaching up, exhale, cactus, lifting the heart, placing those hands back down into tabletop, and we'll do the same on the other side, so lengthening the right leg. Then bending the knee, doing those 3 half mandalas, getting in to that hip joint on the other side. Good. And then changing direction. Big circles. Good. Step that right leg forward into lizard. Again, little circles or rocking forwards and backwards, side to side. Really opening through the hip. Warming it up. I'm getting into those hamstrings also. Good. When you're ready, finding stillness. Walking the hands forward, lowering the hip. And then curling in that left heel if that's comfortable for your knee. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you reach that right arm up, reaching it back to take hold of the heel, the ankle, the foot, or just to reach towards the foot as we take one breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Lower the foot down. Bring the hands onto the floor. Step the right foot back, toes tucked. Lift the knees, downward facing dog. Looking towards the knees. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, sigh out. Good. Lower the knees back down. Lengthen the left leg away once more. Step the left foot forward into that lizard. But this time, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, the sky. So engaging the glutes, the bottom. Reach the heart. And then we're just going to take hold of opposite elbow and opposite hand. So framing the head. Lift the heart. Press the hips forward. And look up towards the ceiling, the sky. Good. So finding that openness through the front of the body. Again, from the pubic bone all the way up to the crown of the head. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, half split. So framing that foot or having it on the inside if that's easier. And lengthening the left leg as we bow the head down into that hamstring stretch. Just a couple of breaths here to lengthen through that hamstring. Taking a nice big inhale. A nice big exhale. Good. And then slowly bringing the weight forward into that left foot again. Tucking under the toes of the back foot. Lift the knee. Bring yourself into high lunge. So just taking your time. Reaching the arms up. And we'll go for that opposite elbow and opposite hand again. Imagining there's that little fish hook underneath the sternum, the chest. Lift the heart, look up. 3 breaths here, so strong through the legs. Open through the upper body. And gazing up towards the ceiling, the sky, finding a spot that doesn't move to keep that balance. Good. And then reach the arms back up towards the ceiling. Reach the arms forward. Frame the foot or have them on the inside as we lengthen that left leg, bowing the head into the hamstring stretch once more. A few moments here as we open into the back of the leg, the glutes, hips square. Good. And then we'll bend the left knee, keeping the hands on the floor. Lower the knee down. Step the left foot back. We'll take a cat-cow, so inhaling to look forward. Exhaling to curve. Return to tabletop. And when you're ready, that right leg lengthens. Step it next to the right leg, the right hand. And then reach the arms up towards the ceiling, the sky, into that low lunge. Taking a hold of opposite elbow and opposite hand again. But seeing if you can maybe change the grip. So going for a way that feels a little bit different. So one hand behind, the other in front. Lift the heart, look up. Those 3 breaths as we squeeze the bottom. Opening through the front of the body. Taking the deep breaths. And trying to see if we can lengthen through the spine. When you're ready, reach those arms up to the ceiling. Reach them forward, framing the foot or having them on the inside as we lengthen the right leg. Drawing the right hip back, bowing the head, and enjoying that gentle hamstring stretch. Taking a couple of breaths here. Hips square, shoulders relaxed. And then slowly bend the leg. Ground down through the foot, tuck under the back toes, lift the knee, and then make your way into your high lunge. So either using the core or the legs, taking hold of opposite elbow and opposite hand, that unhabitual way, that one that feels a little bit weird. That 90-degree angle with the right leg. Lift the heart, look up. 3 breaths, so strengthening through the lower body. Opening through the upper. Gazing towards the ceiling, the sky. 1 more breath. Inhaling. Stay strong, exhaling. Reach the arms up. Reach them forward all the way to the floor. Your block as we lengthen the right leg. Bowing the head down. Stretching deeper into the back of that right hamstring. 1 more breath here as we try and square the hips off. Inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready, we'll bend the knee. Bring the left knee down to the floor so you can then take the right knee back, tucking under those toes and then press it into downward facing dog. So spread through the shoulders. Plant down through all the fingers, the index finger, the thumb, the middle finger. And we'll take that nice big inhale. Exhale, sigh out. And then soften your knees and begin to walk the feet all the way to the top of the mat. So moving slowly, step by step, foot by foot. And then when you get there, hang nice and heavy, forward fold. Maybe wiggle. Maybe say yes with the head, no with the head. A moment to bring the weight into the balls of the feet. And then bend the knees. Roll up nice and slowly. Bone by bone, tucking the pelvis under, reaching the arms up, a nice big inhale, feet parallel. Exhale, hands find heart. Close the eyes. Take a moment to feel lifted through the arches of the feet. And as you inhale, feel the energy ascend from your feet through to the crown of the head. As you exhale, feel that energy descend from the crown of the head down into the feet. So inhaling earth to sky, exhaling sky to earth. And then bring the thumbs to the third eye space, so between the eyebrows. Lift the heart, a little mini back bend, leading with the elbows. So the elbows are shining up towards the ceiling. Squeezing the bottom. Nice big inhale. Exhale, sigh out. Opening the whole front of the body, one more. Good, and then reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold all the way down to the floor. We're going to step the right leg back to warrior one. So finding that 45-degree angle with the right foot. It doesn't have to be really far, it doesn't have to be very wide, but just somewhere that you feel comfortable. So you can come up, reaching the arms up, and then relaxing the shoulders. So seeing if we can go nice and low, nice and deep into that left leg. We're going to find eagle arms. So the right arm is going to cross under the left. Then we're going to wrap at the forearms if possible. If not, then just the back of the hands touch. And see if we can get the fingertips into the palms or palms to touch. From here, a little eagle arms, we're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And take a little mini back bend, looking to the sky. Again, opening into the front of the body. One breath here, leading with those elbows. Staying nice and low. Good, and then releasing the eagle, reaching the arms up to warrior one. Big breath in. And then exhale, reach the hands forward. The hands either frame the foot or they come to the inside, and we lengthen that left leg again, just like we did before with that back foot in warrior. So a few moments here to draw the left hip back. Squeeze the quadricep and the bum. See if we can release and relax through the whole back of the leg. Good. Cool. From here, the left hand either comes onto the floor in front of the foot, or we place it on the ankle or the shin as we draw the right hand up as if we're pulling a bow and arrow into Trikonasana, so the shoulders stack. We look to the fingertips. We engage the glutes. Shoulder blades pulling, drawing together. Taking some nice big breaths in. Nice big breath out. One more, feeling strong, feeling fire through the legs. And very slowly, we'll bend the left leg, using the core to lift the left arm into warrior two, expanding through both fingertips, both hands, both arms. Take a breath here to feel nice and strong, nice and stable. And then we'll begin to cartwheel the hands back down to the floor. Coming onto the ball of the back foot. Stepping that left leg back into plank or hands and knees, it is up to you. And the bottom finds the sky, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here when you're ready. So just inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, sighing out. 2 more. Trying to relax but stay strong in the posture. Good, and then look towards the hands again. Begin to walk those feet forward step by step, coming into a nice forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, so stroking the shins. Exhaling, folding. Bending the knees, and then beginning to roll up nice and slowly. Drawing up through the pelvic floor. In through the belly button, inhale, reach the arms. Hands, spine, prayer. Hands, spine, heart. Again, close the eyes for a moment. Feel the feet grounding down, the crown of the head lengthening up. And then bring the thumbs back to the forehead. Lift the heart, open the eyes, a little back bend. You take one breath here, lifting through the heart. And then we inhale to reach the arms up, look forward. Exhale to dive over the legs. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, folding. And then stepping this left leg all the way back into that warrior one. So the heel finds the floor, that 45-degree angle. Maybe bringing the right hand to the thigh or just lifting yourself up into warrior one. And seeing if you can go a little bit wider than me so that right leg is 90-degree angle, nice and bent. And the knee isn't overshooting the toes. Eagle on this side, so this time the left arm crosses under the right. Wrapping at the forearms or just the backs of the hands touch to try and find that double bind. So we're trying to get palm to palm or fingertips into the palm. Lift the arms, lift the heart, and allow the head to fall back into that little back bend. So just a couple of breaths here as we open through the front of the body again. We can press through the shoulders and open through the back of the shoulders. One more breath, stay low through the legs. And then slowly releasing your eagle up towards the sky. Inhale, hands come together. Exhale, reach the hands forward, that forward fold over the right hamstring, sending the bum back. Bowing the head down. Drawing the right hip all the way back in space. Stretch the back of the right hamstring. Taking a moment here to rest, to recover. And then in your own time, either grounding down through the right hand or onto the shin, we draw our left arm, our bow, up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Shoulder blades squeeze into Trikonasana triangle. So it's really important here that we engage the quadriceps. Find the muscles in the front of the body to support the back of the body so it can open and lengthen. Looking towards the fingers. On the left hand, so getting that full twist through the spine. 2 more breaths, you can do it. Keep that bottom nice and high. Fingertips touching the ceiling. Then we slowly bring it into warrior 2, so we bend the knee. Reach the right arm up. Extending through the fingertips, through the hands, through the arms. 1 breath to feel strong and stable. And then cartwheeling those hands down to the floor, coming onto the ball of the back foot, taking it back to plank, all hands and knees. And then downward facing dog. Good. 2 breaths this time. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Good. And then slowly begin to bring those knees down to the floor. Nice and wide, toes together, forehead to the floor as the bum comes to the heels and the arms stretch out. So a few moments here to just recharge and relax. To inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh it out. Good, again, inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, come back into tabletop. And it's an option here if you want to go into downward facing dog and do it from 3-legged dog. But we're just going to step the right foot forward. Tuck under the back toes. Lift the knee, come back into warrior 1. So reach the arms up. Opportunity to go for eagle again, so that right arm crosses under the left. Reach the arms up, little mini back bend just for a breath. Good. And then releasing back into warrior 1. Reach the arms up, so go through the same thing, but adding on, reaching forward. Hamstring stretch. And then lifting our left arm up towards the ceiling, the sky, into Trikonasana. Good. So hopefully coming to the end of each posture a bit quicker this time. Bending the right knee. Back to warrior two. But then this time we're going to flip the palm. Reach the arm, reverse warrior, finding that space through the front of the body and the side of the body. And then slowly we're going to bring the forearm onto the thigh as we lengthen that left arm up and over into side angle. So 3 breaths here as we bend through this right knee. Lift the heart, look towards the ceiling, the sky. And try and take some deep breaths. Just calming the nervous system while strengthening the legs. Good. Beautiful. So this left hand now is going to continue all the way down to the floor. The right hand's going to follow. We're coming onto the ball of the back foot. And then we're going to slowly see if we can come into standing split. So lifting that left leg off the floor as we bring the weight into the right foot. Lifting the left leg nice and high. Well done. And then bringing it all the way back down to the floor. Step the right foot back either to plank or hands and knees. And then send the bum up to downward facing dog. 1 breath to recharge, inhale. Exhale, sigh out. And then we'll go for the other side. So option to go 3-legged dog and step it through, or to lower the knees, to step it between the hands, and then coming up slowly into your warrior one. Reaching the arms up. Good. Eagle once more, so the left arm crosses under. And then we wrap, reach the arms, relax the head. Stay nice and low. And then as soon as we get there, we release the eagle, inhaling, reaching the arms. Exhaling, folding forward, hand to the floor or a block. Then the right arm draws the arrow up to the ceiling, Trikonasana. Good, just a slightly longer moment here as we engage the quadriceps. Draw the belly in. And then begin to bend the knee, reaching that left hand up and over, through warrior two into reverse warrior. Good, so feeling that nice opening through the left side of the body. Reaching the arm. And then we'll slowly come into side angle, so the left forearm to the left thigh. As the right arm reaches up and over, bending the knee. Coming nice and low, shining the face, the chest. And reaching that arm. 2 breaths, well done. See if you can relax the head whilst shining the face up to the ceiling. And then this right hand begins its journey, or continues its journey all the way down to the floor. The left hand follows and bring the weight forward into the left foot as we begin to float that right leg up. Forehead travels towards the knee as we come into standing split. A really hard one to speak in, so we won't spend too long here. And seeing if you can draw a line with that right foot up the back wall, all the way to the ceiling. Good. Bend this left knee. Bring the foot back down onto the floor so you can either step it back to plank or into tabletop. And then send those hips into downward facing dog. 1 inhale. 1 exhale. Good. And then now we're going to walk the hands to the back of the mat. So walking the hands to the feet. As we go, we're going to turn the heels in. So normally we go nice and wide here from Alasana, but instead we're going to come to a little balance. So we're going to turn the heels in, come onto the balls of the feet as we send the bum down. Going into this little squat with the heels off. You can either stay here with the fingertips on the floor, or you can bring the hands to prayer. Or you can reach the arms up towards the ceiling again, bringing those hands to touch. Lifting the heart as we try and take 3 breaths. So wherever you are, balancing. Breathing, feeling strong through the arches of the feet, the Achilles, the calves. Good, maybe looking up. One more breath, inhaling. Exhaling. Good, bring the hands back, 3 heart center. Placing them onto the floor, the knees come down. We bring the hands to the lower back as you take a little mini camel pose, releasing the head back. And then we'll come into child's pose, so taking those knees nice and wide, reaching the arms forward, forehead into the floor, bum onto the heels. And take a nice big inhale, and a big exhale. Good. You can stay here if this is more comfortable, or we're going to come all the way down onto the belly. Well, you're going to come all the way down onto the belly. So just walking yourself out, lowering yourself down onto the front of the body. And then like we did right at the beginning, you can take hold of opposite elbow in opposite hand, and then release the forehead down into the forearms. The legs are as wide as the mat. Toes in, heels out. So we open through the lower back. So my bum is in the air, but yours is all the way down into the mat, belly flat. And then just using the mat as a little bit of feedback. So inhaling the belly into the floor. And then exhaling, seeing if you can draw it away from the floor as you draw the belly button to the spine. So again, inhaling the belly into the floor. You can do this in child's pose if you prefer. And then exhaling, drawing the belly away. Seeing if you can sense any asymmetry or congestion in your inhale or exhale, or even through the body. Then maybe seeing if you can establish a seamlessness in the breath, so smoothing out the transition from in to ex. So seeing if we can allow that little break in between the inhale and the exhale to be as smooth as possible. Taking 3 more breaths here. And then slowly, when you're ready, after your 3rd breath from your belly or your child's pose, walking yourself back, coming into tabletop. We're going to go for a little dolphin pose here, so strengthening through the upper body. Unless you can do headstand and you prefer to do headstand, then please go ahead and feel free. But if not, if you've never done it before, then we'll come into dolphin, so the elbows onto the floor in line with the shoulders. The hands in line with the elbows, so we're creating a little box or 2 parallel lines, 2 train tracks. Tuck under the toes, and then begin to lift the knees up off the floor as we come into a sort of downward facing dog with the lower body. We're pressing through the forearms, through the elbows, through the palms and the upper body. Trying to lift the crown of the head off of the floor and increase all the blood to the crown of the head. So we're going to take 3 breaths there. Inhaling. Exhaling, sighing out. You're in headstand, then keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Well done, wherever you are. Slowly lowering those knees back down to the floor. Walk the hands back. One last baby camel. Bringing the hands to the lower back. If you want to go full camel, then be my guest. Lift the heart. Squeeze the elbows, the shoulders. Allow the head to fall back. One big inhale. Exhaling. Good. And then stacking the head over the heart. Moving the hips to one side so the feet can swing out in front of us as we sit onto the bottom. Lengthening the legs out, flex the feet, and then slowly fold forward over those hamstrings. And close the eyes. Feeling that opening again through the backs of the legs, the lower back, the hamstrings. And just deepening the breath. Good. Slowly rolling up through the spine. Place the hands into the floor behind you, fingertips towards the bum, heels of the hands away. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart. Allow the head to fall backwards. Maybe you want to go one step further and engage the glutes, lifting the hips, reverse plank. Or you can leave those hips down on the floor, but we'll just take 2 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Pressing the heart forward. Good. Then bringing that head on top of the spine, nice and slowly, and continuing your descent down towards the floor, onto your back. Spending a moment here with the legs long, all the knees bent, whatever is comfortable for you. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out of the mouth. Good. And then slowly begin to bring the right leg in towards the body as you lengthen the left leg away. Option here to take behind the knee, yogi toe lock, or the ankle, or if you have a strap or a t-shirt or a piece of material, you can create a nice little lasso for your foot as we lengthen the right leg up towards the ceiling, the sky. Relax the shoulders, flex the foot, and just feel all that blood draining away from the foot, from the toes. You can also use a tea towel, a dressing gown cord, or even better, a yoga strap. I've got a whole cupboard full of them, but unfortunately not one close by, so a t-shirt will do. Taking one more deep breath here. I'm going to take both ends of your t-shirt or your strap into them with the right hand. Then you're going to take the right leg out to the side as far as you can go whilst keeping both sit bones, the whole of the back into the floor. So it may just be a little bit to the side, maybe all the way down to the floor. But keeping the shoulders, the hips nice and strong, nice and square. Take one more breath of that out to the side. Good. Then you're going to bring that right leg into center. Release the foot, bend the knee, and then take the right knee across the body, all the way down to the floor, into a spinal twist. Reaching the right arm away, looking towards the right fingers, and seeing if you can allow that top leg, that right leg, to be heavy. The eyes to be closed. And just taking a few moments here. To relax, to melt, to soften, to let go. Seeing with every exhale if we can fall a little bit deeper into the floor. If we can soften a little bit more. We'll take another 3 breaths here. Slowly bringing that right leg back to center. Lengthening it away, spending a moment there with both legs long. And then drawing that left knee in. So the same thing on the other side. Taking a moment just to bring the knee in, and then either taking the back of the hamstring, the calf, yogi toe lock, or your t-shirt, whatever material you have to lasso the foot, and then lengthen that left leg up towards the ceiling, the sky. Flexing through the heel, the foot. Relax the shoulders. Close the eyes. Take some deep breaths as we just drain all the toxins from the feet. Rid ourselves of any swelling, any inflammation, but also opening up the back of the leg. We'll take one more breath before taking that leg over to the left-hand side. So taking either the leg into one foot or your strap into one hand. Leg into one foot, the leg into one hand. And seeing if you can keep that stretch at the back of the leg, but also opening into the hips, the hip flexor. Relax the shoulders. Take a big breath in. A big breath out. Good. And then bring that left leg back into center. Bending the knee as we take the knee down to the right hand side. So across the body, all the way to the floor as you lengthen the arms away from one another. And turn the left ear to the left side of the floor. Finding that nice big spinal twist. Closing the eyes. And spending some time here again. So seeing if we can melt, let go, give in to the weight of the left leg. Exhaling, taking deeper into the stretch, softening further. Another 3 breaths to see if we can find the end of the posture. And when you are ready, bringing that left knee back to center. Lengthening it away so both legs are long, or if that hurts your back, then you can bend the knees. Taking a big inhale here. Exhaling, sighing it out. And then drawing both knees in, so maybe one by one. Bring the knees into the chest, the hands onto the knees, and then doing some nice big circles with those knees. Massaging out the lower back. Getting a little movement in the sacroiliac joint, the SI joint. Changing direction. Again, just warming those hips up for our last and final posture. Good. And then when you're ready, Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together. The knees fall out to the side. Then we reach the arms up and over the head, and just like we did at the beginning, we take hold of opposite elbow with opposite hand. So framing the head and allowing those knees to open, to soften into reverse butterfly. Relaxing through the pelvic floor, through the abdominal muscles, through the belly, the chest. We'll just take one breath here. So inhale through the nose. And exhaling, sighing out. Good. And then slowly making your way into Shavasana. So if you want to spend a little longer here, you can do. We can release the elbows, lengthen those legs out into your Shavasana, or you can keep them bent, or alternatively you can lie on the right hand side. Wherever you are, just taking a moment to get nice and comfortable, to relax, close the eyes, and to take your 3 releasing breaths. So inhaling and exhaling, sighing out. At the end of that last and 3rd breath, just closing the lips. And again, drawing that awareness inwards. A wide open awareness. Observe all of yourself. Physical, emotional, the beautiful, the mundane, the messy and the brilliant. But don't judge, just observe. Then bring your awareness now to the crown chakra, the crown of the head. And just like the beginning, spend a moment observing the lotus flower as it opens up petal by petal, and that white light is revealed. Allow that white light to spill down over your forehead, your face, and your neck. Allow it to continue down the stalk of the spine. Then watch as it expands outwards from your spine into the rest of the body. All the way to the fingertips, the toes, and even it expands beyond your physical body. Sense that everything is made of and connected by this white light. And allow yourself to relax and become a part of this map of white light. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper into a state of calm and relaxation. Taking one last breath here in this white light, inhaling, and then slowly exhaling. And when you're ready, bringing some life back to the fingers, back to the toes. Moving the head from side to side. And then slowly bringing yourself onto the side of the body, whichever side feels comfortable for you. Gently pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bringing those hands to prayer in front of the heart. Bowing the head. Take a deep inhale here. A deep exhale. And our shared mantra, if you wish to repeat, is I know, I understand, and I am. I know, I understand, and I am. Take one last breath here. Exhaling. bowing the head so we can open the palms in front of the eyes, sharing that warmth from the hands to the eyes, allowing them to open, bringing the hands back to prayer, and then exhaling, sighing out. Namaste. Thank you very much.